Hey everyone, it's me, Daniel with VintageMagic.com, wishing you and your family a happy holiday this Thanksgiving. For those of you in Europe and Asia who don't really celebrate Thanksgiving, it's basically an excuse to eat a lot of food. So that's what Thanksgiving is. But really, Thanksgiving is a time to reflect on the kind of the past and the present, the future. Be with your friends and family, the people that you love, so it wouldn't be, I was thinking about this, like what should I say, and how do I say this, and as you guys know, I really don't do scripts on my videos. I don't really write a lot of stuff down. Partly is because I don't think it becomes authentic if you just, just copy and paste off something. So I think what I wanted to say to you guys is, part of this year, what I realized is, I didn't realize how much people really, there's people that really appreciate the videos that are made. Not just from me, but from everybody in the YouTube world. Just, this year at GP Vegas, I was with Rudy from Alpha Investments. I met with Wedge, Jeremy from MTG, or Unsleeve Media, the Professor, just different YouTubers who really, love making content, and also, from all walks of life. Some of which, are going through a lot of personal things right now, and I saw that Wedge was going through a lot of medical things, and I was aware of some of it. And Wedge, if you're watching this, I want you to know that we'll be praying for you and hope that you get well soon. I've been around people in my life who've had challenges with depression, and who've had to take medicine basically their entire lives. And it's not easy, just know that I got your back. Everybody else has your back, and we'll be there for you when you're ready to go make more content. But I think it's really important, because people don't understand that a lot of YouTubers out there, we're just human like everybody else. I think a lot of people don't understand, like, we have bills to pay, we have kids, we have wives, family, it doesn't matter, and we have medical things, and we struggle through things ourselves personally. One of the things I'll tell you guys is that I for many years I struggled with just an addiction, and one of my addictions was alcohol. I lost a lot of friends and family. I made some bad choices. I didn't lose the family, I guess, but I've had some really bad, just situations that occurred with family. But lots of different loved ones that I hurt over the years, and I think it's one of the best decisions in my life. It'll be coming up about 5 years in December. And I think it was really, just a big decision to, it's a scary decision, right? To kind of make a change and be like, you know what, I really like the feeling of alcohol in a way, but at the same time, I know that if I kept drinking and such, there were times my body I just couldn't do it. I couldn't control it. And it affected me in my health in general. And those of you who know me, who've met me, know that it's not something I'm not, something I'm actually very proud of. And maybe some of you guys out there are, just kind of not sure what alcoholism does to you, or how it affects you in your life. But alcohol actually is one of the biggest, it's like the biggest drug in the world. I mean, everybody drinks, you know, in this, you know, in our society, it's accepted to drink. They plaster ads all over the place and how fun it is and such, but there's a very, very dark side to alcohol. And I think people that know that they probably have a problem or know of people, they have seen it. And, you know, alcohol ruins lives. It ruins relationships, ruins, you know, wealth, financial, ruins everything, man. And it's a very, very, you know, dangerous drug. I guess I share this with you guys because I want you guys to know how thankful I am for this year and how grateful that I've had you guys out there to support me and, you know, my family and my friends. And also to the people who, you know, who really came out and, you know, I've gotten so many emails and so many, like, thankful, like, just appreciative things like, hey, you know, I really appreciate your email, your content. I've learned a lot. You know, keep going on. Don't worry about what people say. I learned a lot about investing and financials and, you know, just the, you know, your passion for art. You know, those are the people that keep driving you to keep making content and keep making the videos. And there's times where I've been like, you know, I don't know if these messages are resonating, but you know, I'm pretty much convinced at this point that I'll be making YouTube videos for the rest of my life because I think it's a window of opportunity to share messages to people and share your feelings. Call it like a sense of, you know, like a free therapy in a way. Yeah, that's what it is. It's kind of like a therapy. Yeah, so it's Thanksgiving morning. I thought I would send this message out to all you guys and thank you again for all your support. You know, I will have like a New Year's type of thing later on, but today there's no, you know, nothing about the reserve list, no throwing things, no getting mad, just coffee, no Diet Coke today. But seriously, guys, I think I share this, you know, thing about addiction of, you know, alcohol or whatever you're addicted to, maybe gambling, drugs, sex, you know, it doesn't matter. I mean, candy, chocolate, food. It's very important that one of the things that changes your life is like acknowledging that you have a problem, that you are the problem, not other people, that you are the one that needs to change so you can achieve the goals that you want in your life. I don't think people realize that how many things that drugs and addiction or, you know, other things can affect your life. And you might be asking, well, how do you actually do that? How do you get started? How do you do that? Well, I'll tell you right off the bat, there's a plenty of .org sites that actually help you with addiction. And one of them, I have to say, for me was AA. You know, AA is Alcoholics Anonymous, and it was like, again, free therapy. You talk to people, all walks of life. People who are rich, poor, doesn't matter. And you see the same exact story. Every story is exactly the same in many different ways. You can starts very differently maybe, but ends exactly the same. That you lose everything in some way. You lose, maybe not everything, some people, but you lose enough where you hit a point in your life, you're like, I got to change. You know, my business will suffer, my family will suffer, my relationships suffer, my health. Some people end up dying from alcohol. I don't know if you guys know this, that alcoholism, you can actually die if you drink too much because your body requires the alcohol. It's one of the few drugs that actually, if you don't have it almost every day, you will literally go in shock, and people have died from it. You can YouTube that. It's pretty scary to see that. It's crazy. But I really feel like if there's people out there, you know, I really feel like if there's people out there who have an addiction, get help. Don't be afraid to share your story with someone. And if you have a story you want to share, I'm more than welcome to listen to you on that any day of the week. In fact, just send me a message at thevintagemagic.com to contact us. Make sure you put your phone number, and most likely if I'm not running around with Nick, the kids, I'll try to give you a call the same day. Some people would be embarrassed by the whole thing. I'm not embarrassed by it because I understand why people get embarrassed. They want to, hide from everything. It's kind of like escape. But for me, I realize that you can't be afraid of something. You can't be afraid of something you really can't control. I don't know if that makes any sense. Like with alcohol, a lot of times you think you can control. You're like, the first time you're just like, oh, it's amazing, amazing feeling, right? And there's lots of great times where you would go with your friends, and you would wake up the next day, go to work. But there's a point. There is a point in the relationship of addiction where you lose complete control. Complete. And I think that's where people get what you call the rock bottom. Now, some people don't really ever get to rock bottom. And unfortunately, either overdose, on the drug, or they just lose everything. And they never go rock bottom. But then there's some people who actually, God willing, right? There's an opportunity to basically go and, get another chance. It may not be the best chance in the world, but it's something. It's a start. And I think people need to be thankful for any chance they get when it comes to this type of thing, because this type of stuff you can't control it. You cannot. It's extremely dangerous. So, look, the video is not, it's kind of a two-part thing. I want to thank everyone in the magic community for all your support out there. But I think Wedge from the Mana Source really, really inspired me this morning, because I was watching his video. And Wedge, I'm going to tell you, man, I feel you, man. You're going through a lot of stuff. Alcohol causes you to be depressed. It just makes you, I'm a very outgoing, happy person. And alcohol made me depressed in many different ways. For absolutely no reason whatsoever. In fact, I look back at it, I'm like, why am I depressed when others, have half the amount of things that they've done, right? But I was so depressed. I was so afraid. I was not sure. I was anxiety. I just didn't know what to do. And you start realizing that those drugs to go to a different place to escape, they actually make your body worse, right? They make your body more, this addiction comes through, and your body starts changing its physical dynamic to basically cater to these drugs. And the drug becomes your God. The drug is your vice, or is your life. You do everything possible in any environment to take the drug, to grab that next drink maybe, or if you do heroin, or grab enough, hit, or if you, gamble, you go gambling all the time, sell your house, sell your car, whatever, right? It doesn't matter. It just grabs you. And I think it's really important to understand that whatever higher power you believe upstairs, whatever it is, something. I mean, it really is going to come down to that, is that you got to ask for help, maybe from a spiritual power, maybe from something greater than yourself, because you can't control it. You can't. And I think Wedge is so brave to come out and just be honest. I think that's great. I think that's what this YouTube thing is it's a place to be honest and share, not just, be entertaining, but also there's a human factor I think people should appreciate and understand, that people like YouTubers are just like everybody else who are going through exactly the same thing you guys are going through. And that's it right there. I mean, there's nothing else, You guys can, I think a lot of people need to understand that these type of things are really real, and we all go through them. So I wanted to share this with you guys because I thought it, Wedge really inspired me. That, I wanted to reflect and be really thankful on the YouTube family that I have here, the Magic family, the people and the friends who know me very well, who've been there for me until the very beginning. And it's been a long journey, and it's very exciting. It's very exciting. I have a lot of great things planned for 2018. Life is extremely just fun, and it's different. It's a little hard because I don't have internet until hopefully in a couple months. So I've been kind of trying to stabilize my business through using my cell phone or going to Starbucks all the time. But those are good stresses. If you think about it, those are like first world problems. There's people who do not have food and water or even a toilet to go to. And look how blessed I am to have a house and a home and kids and healthy family. And you guys are blessed too. You guys, we're able to play a game that we love that's purely a luxury. It's a pure luxury, right? And we're able to do that and not and be able to go home and eat where we want to eat, travel where we want to travel for Magic the Gathering. For Magic the Gathering. Be thankful, guys. Seriously, be thankful for everything you got. I'll leave you this. Everybody that thinks that they can just, walk on this earth and they can basically just run the show, in the sense that they're the top of the tier, the ego part, right? I always remember this thing that someone told me a long time ago, is that everything you've earned in this world can be lost within a snap of a finger. Even though it probably wouldn't be lost in a snap of the finger, you have to believe it'll lose in a snap of the finger. And that goes with addiction, that goes with money, it goes with life, relationships. You have to believe that you have to be humble enough to realize whatever you're doing in this world, right? It can be lost. And be thankful for the moments you have every single day. All right, guys, here's to you guys. Thanks for listening to my story about this. Any questions, just message me. Very open to share it. You see me at a Grand Prix, I'm always happy to talk to you about it. It's very, very simple. And I love to hear more from you guys. All right, you guys take care. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Don't get fat. Don't eat too much. Don't die of turkey. See you later.